It's time for another VARguments episode, and this one is just going to be so interesting because this game at the weekend gave us everything you could ask for: chaos, drama, uncertainty, everything you could ask for. Liverpool versus Manchester City at Anfield was one to really not miss. I mean, if you miss the last 30 minutes of the game, then you might never see a more exciting end to a game than that. But let's talk about some decisions that left everyone stunned or that gave us a lot to talk about. Speaking about a chaotic goal, you might not see one that fits the description better than Manchester City's third goal, which was eventually disallowed after apparent fouls from both Dominic Szoboszlai and Erling Haaland. I mean, even Guardiola and Arne Slot had strong words about this incident after the game. Now, Szoboszlai was eventually given a red card, and the goal was disallowed after Czechia rolled it into the net. Victor, what are your thoughts on the overall sequence of this decision?
Man, this was mental, and it was hilarious to see Szoboszlai complain about Haaland tugging his shirt when he did the same thing first. Okay, so the goal does not stand because of a foul, the one committed by Szoboszlai. Denial of a clean or goal scoring opportunity, so red card. I think that's correct, but of course, there's a general feeling that they should have just let the goal stand. This is very much like the old saying, referees know the rules, but they don't know the game. And it applies so well here. Now imagine this scenario. City catch up to Arsenal and lose the title on the final day on goal difference because of this one goal. I think everybody's going to lose their shit. And overall, yes, I believe that if we go by the rule book, okay, cancel the goal, give the red card, correct decision. If we go by the spirit of the game and how football should be played and should be viewed with a bit more common sense, then it's the wrong decision. Just let the goal stand.
Fair point. Mark's your take on that one.
Yeah, obviously by the rule book, it's a correct decision. But also, as Victor mentioned, when I was watching, I felt like, okay, it was foul, then another foul, so minus and minus makes plus. Give it a go. But then when I saw the ref disallowing goal, I was pretty certain that it's gonna be a red card for Szoboszlai, because when I was watching the game, I was thinking, what are you even doing? I mean, Haaland is in front of you, he's 100% scoring. So even if you get the red card here, you're not making it come back, so you're not saving even a point, so you're just basically getting a red card for no reason. That one also made no sense for me, but yeah, for the decision, I say yeah, correct decision.
Yeah, left to me it was just the referees trying to make themselves known, like, hey guys, we're still here. Don't forget about us in this game. We're still around, because it was pretty much a quiet game up until then. It was pretty quiet, and this is the kind of fixture that the referees would like to impose themselves on. But there was no reason to call that game back. I mean, to call the play back, because when you look at how if you ask Liverpool afterwards, they knew they were already at a disadvantage in that whole sequence. The ball was going to the net. They had lost the game anyways. They would rather take a 2-1. They'd rather take a 3-1 defeat than a 2-1 defeat with the red card to one of their most important players.
Yeah.
So I really don't see why they should have. If the ball did not end up in the back of the net, then fair enough, call it back. But since you already did, just bat an eyelid, and I don't think anybody would care. But anyways, it is the Premier League, and there's nothing we can do about that. But yeah, that was a strange one to me. I think they should have just let it stand. Anyways, moving on to another decision that caused some controversy in the game. Salah was supposedly pulled down by Bernardo Silva in the box, but there was no penalty after a brief VAR review, and his Slot did not hold back in his post-match comment, saying that should have been a clear penalty. Victor, thoughts on that one?
It's a tough one, this, because like there's obviously contact. I'm going with wrong decision here, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan, but it's one of those things that maybe if he would have fallen a little bit less dramatically, it would have been a pen. The problem here is Salah usually gets fouled a lot, and many times he does not get the decision, whether it's inside the box, outside the box, whatever. And I don't really get this, because it's not like he has a reputation for diving. He's not Luis Suarez, okay? So maybe he tried a bit more dramatically here just to see if that works, but he still got nothing. It's a proper catch-22. There's obviously contact, so maybe if he doesn't fall as if he's been shot, perhaps is a penalty, but who knows? All I'm saying is I think it should have been a pen.
Interesting one. Max, your take on that?
I would probably say right decision, because I felt like I just rewatched it maybe an hour ago, and I felt like he was just couldn't catch the ball, and he made sure that everybody on the pitch sees that Bernardo touched him for like half a second, and then he dramatically fell down. Like you already mentioned that he's been shot, so I'd say it was a correct decision, and not because of the way he fell, but mostly just because he couldn't catch the ball, and that was the reasoning behind him trying to fall and do something, despite him being really fouled a lot. So I'd say right decision.
I'm positive he would have gotten to the ball there.
For me, it was a penalty all day long. I watched the game live, so I remember telling someone like, "Oh, surely this is a penalty, right?" And then we're all stunned. All of us were all stunned to see that was not a penalty. Like it was clear. It was clear that if Bernardo Silva wasn't there, Salah would have gotten the ball. He had literally scored goals like this against City in the past. Literally scored goals like this. So there was no reason why he should have been, impacted in the box. This was a clear penalty, in my opinion, and wrong decision to me. So, but yeah, Liverpool have that one to battle with the PGMOL. But yeah, that's all we have for this video. Liverpool versus Manchester City gave us all the fireworks, drama, and chaos. But we're asking our viewers to join us in the conversation. What do you think about Dominic Szoboszlai's red card and Manchester City's disallowed goal? Should they have just allowed the goal be, or were they right to, in quotes, follow the rule book strictly? And should Salah have been given a penalty after Bernardo Silva supposedly pulled him in the box? Let us hear from you, and we'll be waiting to respond in the comment section.